Down here yet reporting for the Bundy trial, and as always we get lots of people to come by that give us a kind word, and I've got Burke here. He just stopped by and he was giving us some encouragement, so telling us that he sees the same tyranny that we're seeing, the same abuse by this federal government not treating us right. Introduce yourself there, Burke.
My name is Burke Hall. That's the problem that's going on in society today. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and they don't want anyone to rise up above and against the government, because they want to have all power in your life, whether it's religious or any kind of power. And this is just obscene what's going on, and this is why it's so crazy. You know, over 85% of the land in Nevada is owned by the federal government. What are they doing with 85% of a state's land when states' rights should be way above that of the federal government?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? All this kind of stuff, and it's not just this, it's a multiplicity of areas that they want to control. And once again, the mineral rights and everything else, they are wanting to go ahead and destroy. They've done it from Indian lands, and they've done it, you know, to Native Americans. They're still doing it today. And it's obscene.
It is, exactly. And this is affecting every American. If it isn't you today, it's going to be you tomorrow.
Well, that is one of the things that I wanted to tell you, is that a lot of people, as Americans, we've become lazy and complacent. We don't realize where our freedoms come from. We don't realize that we have brothers in that are literally suffering and without help, with rules of engagement that are absolutely atrocious for our soldiers. Our boys and girls are being sent out there. A lot of people get offended because I'm a conservative. They get upset because they look at me and they say, well, how can you possibly think that way? Why didn't you vote for Hillary? You know, what is your problem? Why can't you just stay on the plantation? Well, let me tell you why, in 2 nutshells. Number one is this. People come up to us in the military, former veterans, and they say to us all the time, thank you for your service, and we support the troops. But they're going to put that same person that killed our brothers in Benghazi and make her commander-in-chief over all the rest of us. You know what I mean? And the second reason, one of the second reasons that I voted the way that I did was this. No matter which president we would have gotten, we'd only had him for 4 years.
Yes.
But those Supreme Court justice picks were lifetime appointments.
Wow.
I did not want the 3rd term of the Muslim-in-chief, Barack Obama, embodied in Hillary Clinton, to pick our Supreme Court. We have enough tyranny in this country. We have 8 years of tyranny. And that's why we need to change what we're doing. We genuinely need to take our government back. And that's hard to do, because it's when you're working for a living, you're paying so many taxes, you're trying to feed your kids and everything else. It's hard to step into this arena as well. But surely, if you do not step into it, you will lose the freedoms that we literally have bought and paid for with our founding fathers' blood and us in the military's blood all the way down until this day.
Exactly. And our voices are very important at that. We can't be silent any longer.
Oh, no.
Being silent, they're just going to haul you away.
Oh, silence does not work. That's one of the reasons why people get so angry at me. I will not be quiet. You know, I tell people, you know, I've gotten a big fight against what I call racism. Some people call it affirmative action. You know, your house is on fire. Your wife and kids are inside the house. House is burning to the ground. And it seems like an eternity for the firefighters to get there. But the last possible seconds to save your burning wife and children, these men finally show up. I always ask everybody the same question. Who you want inside the house? Someone's hired just because they're black, purple, pink, green, or whatever? Or are you bothering looking for the best man for the job inside that doggone house in this country anymore? Anytime a man cannot get a job, because his test scores are, fast his time trials are, you refuse to hire him because of the color of his skin, white or otherwise. Where I come from, we call this crap racism. Out in Nevada, California, we call this affirmative action. Our families are getting no protection. The whole state's going. You know what? Us in the military, we spend our time in there burying our best friends for liberty and justice for some. It is liberty and justice for all. I am a huge fan of equal rights. I'm black. White people don't seem to want equal rights. They want special rights above and beyond other Americans. And one other point I want to bring up to prove my point is this. Barack Obama had the most racist man in America, Al Sharpton, in the White House 360 something odd times. If Donald Trump had David Duke in there even freaking once, the fit would hit the freaking shan. So we really want to start comparing apples to apples? We're not. And this is why the left is such a criminal entity. I mean, they're anti-God. You know what I mean? For me, it's hard for me to vote for somebody when my first allegiance is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I can't vote for homosexuality, abortion, no prayer in school, can't say the Pledge of Allegiance because the very word of God is in it. Same-gender bathrooms, Jesse Jackass, Johnny Cockroach, Al Sharpton, Louis Farrakhan. When there's decent, hardworking American black people that are amazing, like Condoleezza Rice or Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, you wouldn't believe the story of what he went through. J.C. Watts, good Christian man from Oklahoma. Colonel Allen West from Florida. Alan Keyes in Pennsylvania. These are hard people that aren't trying to use the color of their skin as an excuse or as a way to shame other Americans. Guilt is, I made a mistake. Shame is, I am a mistake. And the reason I'm bringing that up is this. It is not God loves all of his children equally. God is no respecter of persons, white, black, other. Neither should we be. We should be looking at this the way Dr. King looked at it, who was a registered Republican and gun-toting as well.
Yes, exactly.
Second Amendment guy, right?
First and Second Amendment.
First and Second Amendment. In fact, my father is an immigrant from this country. That's what my dad used to say to me. Son, do you know why we have the Second Amendment? I said, no, Daddy, why do we have the Second Amendment? Just in case our government forgets we have the first one. I was like, yeah, Dad,
That's
tell
what
him.
Mr. Bundy's been saying all
That's
along.
exactly right. And our Second Amendment was given to us so that we could fight against tyranny. And that's what we need to be doing here. And that's why we need 1 million people need to be here. We cannot say enough about what you guys are doing. God bless you and God bless your families. And to your listening audience, God bless them and their families, and God bless America too. If there's a time for us to stand up and make that change, I promise you, you have my word of honor. Now is that time. The American people are fed up, so fed up to the point where both sides of the aisle they're pissed off with. They're angry at the Republican Party. And here's why. You know, if you just give us the House, it controls the purse strings. We'll defund the Obamacare. 68% of the American people don't want it. We've been promised our premiums be cut in half. They haven't been cut in half. They've gone up over 3,000%. You know, so if you just give us the House, we'll defund it. It'll get rid of light of day. Did we get in the House 2010? Did you get rid of it? No. Then we said, we're going to give you the Senate. We need the Senate. That's what we need. Okay, we give them the Senate, 2014. Did they get rid of it? No. Then they say, we need the White House. Then we say to them, you know what? We've heard this crap twice. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to give you the biggest outsiders we could possibly find for you to work with. Two biggest outsiders were Ted Cruz and Donald Trump, and they were two biggest frontrunners. Donald Trump was the bigger outsider of the two because he had never held a political office. We are dealing with what we're dealing with. The American people are screaming to the rooftops, getting Donald Trump because we are tired of business as usual in Washington. It seems like we only got one party up there. You know what I mean? If 68% of the people want to get rid of Obamacare, we have all three branches of government, and it's still going on.
Yes.
You got to remember, we got one party
Yeah.
in Washington, but we're not invited to it.
Yeah. Now that's the truth, right?
Say it again, Ken.
We got one party in Washington, D.C., but we, the people, are not invited to it.
So I just wanted to stop by and encourage you, and because genuine patriotism is right here, right now. We are literally standing for what is right and what we know is right and what we believe is right. This is where patriotism, this is the grassroots of patriotism right here. This is where it starts and ends. For us to stand up against tyranny and against clowns like Navarro, leftists, crazy as, I mean, what is this craziness about? It's hard for me to speak on this because it's hard watching my brothers being involved in tyranny. It's hard watching men that put their lives on the line for this country, unparalleled urban combat experience, Iraq, Afghanistan, can't get a job as a SWAT officer. They're just too damn Caucasian. You know what I mean? God is no respecter of persons, and neither should we be. You judge a man by the content of his character, not the color of his skin. The only thing Barack Obama was judged by was the color of his skin. Jimmy Carter said something I thought was really interesting. I won't repeat it because it just really infuriates me. But last but not least, I want to say this. Pay attention, and you can't watch the media because they lie. Their lips are moving. ABC stands for all bull crap. NBC stands for non-stop bull crap. And CBS stands for C? BS. Anyway, enough said.
Okay. Well, thanks for stopping in and talking to us.
The other way
we are
around.
honored to have you.
It is so the other way. I am honored to even know you.
Well, thank you.
A genuine patriot.
Thank you. We're gonna meet up again here soon.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you, Bert.
You
okay.
betcha.
So,
I'll be on this hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Let me say
well, guys, we're gonna have
let
like
me say
Ken here.
something. Let me
Yeah,
say
go ahead.
something about our jury. I'm real confident we got a good jury to pick from this time. They're talking about Uranium One, Michael Savage they listen to, InfoWars they listen to, but I think they're getting rid of most of those. But I think a lot of them, the people in America waking up, they say, I got a good feeling about this trial. We got a very good jury to pick from. We just got to get a couple of bad ones off. One of them was happened to be a police officer for Metro for 18 years, and he just now came out this morning. But hopefully they get rid of him because we know he's going to be biased. He says he's still bold, but we got a lot of good people there to pick from, and I think we're going to get a good jury. And that's what I got to say. And John's doing a good job. I just took over his microphone.
That's okay. You was almost a juror yesterday yourself by accident.
Yeah.
Ken walked into the room at the wrong moment into the courtroom yesterday, and the judge mistakenly thought that he was one of the jurors, and so the judge said, "Just come up here to the juror box, sir." And he says, "I'm not a witness. I'm not a witness." He got kind of nervous there for a minute.
I should have told her. I find him not guilty, but I didn't think that fast.
Well, thanks, Ken, for coming again all the way from Michigan.
Okay.
So, well, we've had an interesting day today. We've had a few new guests show up all the way from the UK.
From Croatia.
Croatia.
And Slovenia.
Slovenia. Okay, I guess I pronounced that right. But so we have Southern Utah also. So yeah. Well, thanks for coming in. So we've had you want to step in a minute and say hi? Don't want to put you on the spot.
Yes. We are so excited to finally be back to where we can help support the Bundys. We have been just on the other side of the world going crazy with what's going on, and we love our freedoms, and the Bundys stood for freedom, and we need to stand with them. That it affects us. This is our fight. They just helped us with this. We're not helping them. We've got to stand for ourselves because this is our fight.
Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, we're amazed that of the things that we are hearing into judgment Navarro has been doing and saying, and if the average American heard this nonsense that she comes up with, and she's an Obama throwback judge with an anti-constitutional view of everything. We just hardly can believe what's going on. These men have been jailed up for almost 2 years now, and haven't had a trial. If they want to, and what they're doing,
Release. No bond.
and what they're doing to them, and the sexual abuse that they go through just to go walking around from day to day is crazy. What's wrong with a scanner? What's wrong with checking out these guards? If they're so concerned about the Bundys having contraband or whatever else they think they might be sneaking in and out, they've been under guard for almost 2 years. How does all this junk get into the prisons? It gets into the prisons through these guards. If they ought to be checking these guards and sexually abusing them if they really want to get rid of this so-called problem. It's just outrageous.
Thank you for all you do, John Lamb.
Thanks a lot for coming. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. So tomorrow, I don't know exactly what's going on up there. I know they're back in session right now. We've had a lot of stuff happen in the last couple hours, so I haven't been in court since before lunch. But it's a big possibility we will have a sitting juror here tomorrow. That's what it looks like right now. And so we'll have you more update this afternoon, hopefully, on if we get the 12 jurors picked today or tomorrow. But it looks like by tomorrow sometime we will have a seating juror here and opening arguments as early as Monday. We do have court this Friday. Normally it's dark on Friday, but we have court this coming Friday for an evidential hearing and several other motions. And that's going to be quite interesting for Friday. So we got a full week yet planned. And we invite everyone that can come down here and be a part of this. Be a witness, be an observer. Come down here and stand with the guys and ladies that are down here on the sidewalk spreading the word here, passing out constitutions. And I also want to give a big thank you to Paula Hart. We got a great big box of more pens. Anybody got one of those pens I can show real quick? But we've got a big box from Paula Hart today that showed up down here, and we've been passing these out all through for the last almost 2 years now that she's been making these. And we've got all kinds. I mean, they've got everything you could think of. We've got I Am the Virus and It Matters How You Stand, and we've got ones that say Free Ryan Payne and Ammon Bundy and all the other political prisoners that are mentioned on these. And we were giving these out down here to people that want these. So, but we welcome everyone. I just want to make sure we thanked her, because we can't thank her enough for what she has done and helping out with all this. We got so many people from around the country that have donated and helped with all these little issues that have been, it's been wonderful. Other than that, I have another, we'll have another update hopefully after court tonight. It could be close to 5 o'clock if court goes late, so bear with us there. But thank you again for everyone joining us. Keep praying for us. Keep us in your prayers. We definitely need your prayers, and show up down here if you can, even if it's for one day, just to witness this tyranny that's happening in this court. Thank you again, everybody, and God bless. Good afternoon, everyone. It's the end of day 3 of jury selection, and we've got wrapping things up a little bit here today. We got out of court just a little bit early, and things went, I feel, really good today. We went through all the jurors today, and we are down to where tomorrow we should know who our jurors are in this case. We have right now, after releasing all the extra jurors for cause and for other reasons, for health reasons and stuff, we are down now to 49 jurors left, potential jurors, and we will get our 16 jurors that will sit on this case for the next 4 months, I'm sorry. These 49 jurors, we're going to go through and we're going to get our 16 jurors that will sit on this case for the next 4 months. And so we have a lot of discussion tomorrow, but by the end of tomorrow, we should have a seating jurors in this case, and Monday we should be opening up with opening arguments. We pretty much all afternoon what we were doing was trying to exclude jurors for cause and for different reasons, and we got down to 2 jurors. Juror number 66, if you remember that juror from earlier this week, was a juror that works for the Review Journal, and her husband works for the Review Journal. And also we found out one other thing, is that their son is actually a correctional officer, but the judge is not going to remove this juror for that reasons. She's going to let that juror continue to be on the final choice of jurors, these 49 jurors. But juror number 3 also. Juror number 3 is a juror that the defense wants. So what the judge gave us a chance is, the prosecution wants to keep 66 and the defense wants to keep juror number 3, and she said, I'll give you a choice. If you want to get rid of both of them, we'll get rid of both of them, or we'll keep both of them. So at this point, we kept those 2 jurors. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens later tomorrow and see if both of these jurors do get excluded or not. So we have 49 jurors that we're waiting for here. I do have the camera turn around today. I haven't really looked at any of the messages just yet, but I will try to take a few questions today so I can read all the questions that maybe that you all are posting here, and we'll try to take a couple of those questions. I do see one message here about who was the lady yesterday that was causing us problems down here. She's a former former supporter. I don't know what you call her, but she was just here to cause trouble. Laura Jones, and I see that a couple of people might have answered your question there, but just trying to cause problems and stir up problems down here. But everything went good. Everything went good yesterday, and everything's going good. When you make the devil mad, the enemy attacks you on all ends. They attacked us down here trying to report. They attacked the people out here holding the signs. And this morning, we had 8, 9, 10 marshals and Metro PD come down and also threaten David, the one who sets up all the signage every day and puts all the material up down here and has the water and the chairs for protesting down here. They actually attacked him this morning, threatened to tow his vehicle, wouldn't let him unload the vehicle. So it's something going on every day. Some days we don't always tell you everything that's going on. We try to keep that negative stuff out of it. But other than that, it's going good down here. We had an awesome day today. It ended very well. Like I said, we have 49 potential jurors. Now we're going to pick out of the 16 tomorrow, and things are looking real good. They let us out of court a little early because Ryan Bundy requested that he meet with all the attorneys. They transport him back to the prison where he's being held at every night. He doesn't have a lot of time to prepare for trial and talk to the other attorneys. So they gave him 40 minutes tonight to discuss things with the attorneys, and he gets to come an hour early in the morning and also sit with the attorneys again so he can try to talk to all of them and try to figure out their strategy for the next few days, and that helps them out a lot there. So Ryan Bundy did real well today. I don't think the judge corrected him at all or tried to admonish him for anything he did. And so that everything, Ryan speaks real well. He upsets the prosecutors sometimes with his questioning, but Ryan did very, very well. At the very end of the trial, the hearing today, Ryan Bundy tried one more time. He said, "Your Honor, it would be just easier if you just let me go home tonight. I can meet with the attorneys, and obviously he's back here in the morning." And she denied that, but she did give him an hour and 40 minutes all total to be able to meet with the attorneys tonight and tomorrow morning. Another big news today, they allowed one of the paralegals to be with computer in the courtroom and try to help the defense through this trial. So that was good news. There's a lot of sirens here. I'm going to wait just a moment here as they're coming by. Hello, Andrea. I see you're on here. I know we miss you down here. I understand you're not able to be here. We understand why, but we do sincerely miss you down here. So that paralegal gets to be on the team for Ammon Bundy and gets to be in the courtroom and help out with the defense. That's going to be crucial and very, very needed to have that extra hands on deck there. Some of the other things that happened today, they're worried about paralegals and defense lawyers and whoever. They're worried about them reporting on what's happening inside the courtroom on things that shouldn't be. So they're trying to put restrictions on any of the paralegals that are in the courtroom, making them put a piece of tape. And the judge said she wants it to be yellow tape. not just black tape or silver tape, but over the camera lens of some of their computers. So they're not able to possibly turn that computer on by accident or whichever way and be able to video what's going on in court. She wants the court totally sealed from that type of recording or video monitoring of the courtroom. So she wants to have this piece of yellow tape now put over the top of these camera lenses during court sessions. I have Kelly Stewart here too. I think maybe she has a couple of things she wants to say here.
I think you covered it. I think John did awesome.
Step over and tell them then.
John did awesome. He covered it. I'm good.
If you have any questions here, I'll try to catch some of your questions maybe and answer some of them that I'm not. That is interesting. I just see impeach Navarro on here. One of the potential jurors mentioned impeach Judge Navarro, and he mentioned, I see that she hasn't been impeached. She's still on the stand here. And so all these signs we've had out here have made an impact on the public, have been getting seen. So we definitely know that this stuff is being seen out here. We're making a difference out here by being out here. So anybody who could be out here helping with the signs, helping support people. And hi Marie Snow, and just coming inside and observing the courtroom. That would be that'd be awesome to have everybody here, and just to support. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. Tomorrow is the day we should have these jurors seated, and we should know which exactly of these 49 jurors are going to be left. And then Monday again, that should be opening arguments for the defense, and this case will be officially on the go. So we had quite a few supporters. I don't know if you've seen the live stream from earlier, but supporters from around the different parts of the country. We had several guests that stopped in and just been seeing what's been going on and encouraging us. And a gentleman that stopped in and talked to us for a while and even got on the live stream. So what we are doing, our voices are being heard and is necessary. So we are making a difference, and that's what's important. So thanks, Brian. So I'm looking for any questions here, but other than that, that's all I really have for today. And we'll be back tomorrow to report, and on Friday again also. And then Saturday, if things work out, we are planning on going out to the Bundy Ranch, and we are going to hang some flags on the flagpoles out there. So if anybody's in town and wants to be a part of that, we'll try to get a time set for Saturday and try to go out there and hang these flags out there on them flagpoles so they can be flying during this whole trial. I know a few people have asked what they can do. There's always so many needs, and I hear about them all the time, and you just can't mention them all the time. But a few needs are, supporting these defense attorneys if you can, supporting people like Roger Rhodes is volunteering his time if you're able to do that. These defendants themselves and their families, while they're going through this trial, it's very crucial to try to support them if anybody's able to, whether it's a kind word or financially. I know that Ryan Payne could definitely use support during this time. He's 1,000 miles away from Montana, away from his family, and it makes it really difficult. But if you're able to, that would be awesome to send them some kind word or just a little bit of help through this next 3-4 months of trial. Other than that, I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. I thank you all for all the support and the prayers. I see somebody said, where can we support? I know that Ariel Rincon has a PayPal. I'll try to post a couple of those PayPals in just a little bit. And so if anybody has any questions, please ask them, and we'll have somebody go back through and answer some of those questions. Again, thank you everybody. God bless, and keep praying for us while we're down here. And they were not allowed to shower or shave yet. That they are still in that holding cell, so they have not had that shower. Ryan Bundy or Ammon Bundy, either one. Thank you again, everybody. I see Gavin there commented there. We'll make some posts here just afterwards. Thanks for joining, Gavin. Thanks for everything you're doing. We appreciate that.